Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 14th, it's January, and it's 2020. Stand by because I have to wait 200 years. Here we go. Here we go. It wasn't 200 years, it was only like 10 years, whatever. What's up, peoples? It is early, but I figured I might as well start it early because I really didn't want to start it at all. But here we go. What's up, 334 Crook? Johnny Hump, what's up, brother? Green Eggs and Ham, what's up? NK, Mystical MK, what's up, brother? Chris Peterson, what's up? Lacey is Laced, what is up? Anti-gang stalking, that's not what I'm talking about, dude. I'm not going to change the topic that you can already see. But I have talked about it recently, and I'll probably talk about it again. Because I love me. Look at that. What a nice name. Jimmy Meeks, Muttley McBear, Melissa Zuccaro, what's up? Devo Cons, what's up? RR, what's up? Natural Born Scorpio, Catalina Sanford, Gypsy Flat, Tori McEvoy, Tom Muir. These names are tough. Bad Boy Channel, what's up? Mike Hansen, what is up? Dudley Dawson, what's up? And Tales of the Red Pill, what is up? Everybody else, chat's going too fast. So there we are. Lou Falco, what's up? I saw that one. How's that? And Sarah Repenta, what's up? All right. Here we go. Let's do this right off the bat. I changed my laptop around, so now I'm having issues with the mouse. Because change is difficult, but let me show you this real quick. I put this video up because this is one of my very few sponsors, and he's a good dude. And you can tell by most of the chat that a lot of people in the comment section literally use his service. But then there's always these people. Lay not upon yourselves treasures upon the earth, but blah, blah. Okay, woke in truth. I'm going to answer you live. How do you like that? We have to live on this earth, and on this earth, the cost of living is high. Do you see what I'm saying? The fact that this guy was trading in marijuana stocks was a smart idea because I don't know if you got the memo, but marijuana is completely and totally legal. So there's that. I don't understand why people talk about like this right here, where neither moth nor rust nor well, we're not in heaven as of yet. Woke in truth, we're still on earth, and leaving the house cost you money. Walking down the street cost you money. Paying rent, paying insurance, paying cable, paying internet, paying everything cost you money. So while we're still of this earth, some of us will spread the word, and then some of us will help others make it through this life monetarily. So there's that. Is that okay? Woke in truth? At any rate, I'm going to just drop that one out and digress on that. Here's another one right here, real quick. Every once in a while, I get somebody that makes a nice threat in the comment section, and then I remove it. But this dude claims he's local. Well, here's the deal, guy in Plymouth. My email is rjcjr10@yahoo.com. If you want some sort of static and you want to record it, we can go live on YouTube. Shoot me an email, and I'll come to Plymouth and save you some time. How's that? All right? Seriously. rjcjr10@yahoo.com. Leaving threats in the comment section on YouTube is a pretty dumb idea because somebody can report you. I didn't. Email me instead, and then we'll get it done. How's that sound? All right? Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. People kill me. No pun intended, but people kill me. All right. At any rate, let's keep this going. We dealt with biblical threats. We dealt with personal threats. Let's deal with the threats that the elites have been seeing. I don't know if people have been paying attention to this, but this stuff is real. They're putting this in Bloomberg magazine and other magazines for a reason. I'm not sure if people have caught on to this, but you might want to pay attention. This is in Bloomberg, okay? They're explaining how the elites have all, and I mean, I've already talked about this. Every channel on YouTube has talked about this over the years. You know what I'm saying? how the elites and all the people from Silicon Valley have not only bought mountains of gold and silver, they've also bought in places to go live where we aren't for things like this. Like, this is Bloomberg. This isn't some conspiracy website or anything like this. This is Bloomberg Magazine. And they're showing Silicon Valley execs talk over drinks. The conversation drifts to how the world might end. And then look at it, biowarfare, which would come from the same people who are talking about how the world might end. Biowarfare, diseased crops. Can anyone say Monsanto? Monsanto? It could be a robot uprising. Can anybody say DARPA, Boston Dynamics, etc.? And then they talk about having gas mask, medicine, food, cash, food, ammo, cash, gold, and guns. Have a moped and guns ready for when the zombies attack you, and have a private plane to Nevada. Now, most of us aren't going to have a private plane to Nevada, but we can be prepared, because unlike so very many people who misconstrue what the Bible says, which I don't get, Jesus will come back with a shout. But before that happens, all hell is going to break loose on earth. Do you miss that? Are you going to sit quietly for 7 years while the New World Order comes into be, and people like us are no longer welcome whatsoever, where they make it so you can't use cash to pay for anything, where you can't use cash, you can't even buy or sell anything if your social score isn't high enough. And I'll tell you what, if you're me or you're any of the people in the chat right now, your social score isn't going to be good enough to be able to live on this earth, and yet you'll still be here. So maybe they'll throw you into a FEMA camp or whatever. Or maybe you were smart enough to be ready for when this came. This is old news. Tribulations are real, and they are coming. And then Jesus comes after. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't get it. I just don't get it. But at any rate, I'll digress. How's that sound? Let me show you something that's popping up. And I can already see by the chat that many people have already seen this coming. But for some reason, all the science magazines are coming out with this all at the same time. Apparently, they have a new shape-shifting metal particle that can shred drug-resistant bacteria to bits. So read that. Put your magic decoder ring on and read that. A shape-shifting metal particle. That's a nanoparticulate, and that would be some sort of a derivative of a black goo or a liquid metal that can shred drug-resistant bacteria. Well, this is the Hegelian dialectic in the title right here. They made the drug-resistant bacteria so that they could come out with shifting metal particulates that can shred these things. Our MIT University, it's always MIT or a derivative thereof. New research at our MIT University is looking into liquid metals as a solution. So here's the deal. They've tried it on bacteria. They're going to try it on animals. And then very, very soon, it'll be released for humans. What could possibly be better than having little shape-shifting particles inside your body that can shred medicine-resistant drugs, bacteria, whatever it is. I said it wrong. Whatever. Who cares? It's unbelievable, but that is just the tip of the iceberg. You see what I mean? It's just the tip of the iceberg, because they're not the only one running a story like that. Somebody's already mentioned this. Where is it? Here we go. Get rid of this. Stand by. I'm still shaking a little bit. I don't like when people talk shit and I can't see them face to face. Here we go. And this is another science magazine today. Scientists build first living robots. Do you see the theme here? Science is going to keep introducing shape-shifting, bacteria-fighting nanoparticulates. And if you don't like those, they're going to give you the living robots made from frog stem cells. It's a new class of artifact, a living programmable organism. Doesn't that sound exactly like the last article I just showed you? Like, seriously? Doesn't that sound just like this? Stand by. Look at that. Shape-shifting metal particulates shred things. Awesome. But if you don't like metal particulates, you can always have a living particulate, like something made from a frog stem cell. And that's exactly what they've got for you. But wait, if you don't like shape-shifting metal particulates and you don't like living robots made from frog stem cells, don't worry, because there's even more coming. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Oh, here it is. I knew there was another one. This is all just today. 3 different science magazines, 3 different articles. Hey, look at this. It's the world's first living machines. They can move, carry loads, and repair themselves. Isn't that phenomenal? First, they start out with little shapes like Tetris because that disarms you right off the bat. Oh, it's a video game. It's all good. No big deal. Well, it turns out that this is the University of Vermont have repurposed living cells into a entirely new life form, which they call xenobots. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that awesome? So we've got metal particulates that can shapeshift. We've got frogs that can turn into living robots. And then we have the world's first living machines that can move, carry loads, and repair themselves. What could possibly go wrong? It's alive. These are novel living machines. Well, that's not actually accurate. These would be what we would call abominations. These are things that weren't on Earth until we started effing with fallen angels and then effing with black magic under the label of science. It's science. It's not. No. We're not conjuring. We're not creating life that shouldn't be here. We're not making abominations. We're doing science. Yeah. Indeed. Welcome to the machine. It's absolutely unbelievable. Now, I would like to imagine that all you guys have already seen. That's not nice, Meredith. I'm going to guess Meredith isn't the same girl in the thumbnail. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm going to guess you guys have already seen this, but I'm going to show you this just in case. Nicholson 1968 did a podcast 2017, it's right here. December 28th, 2016. And it's almost 2 hours long. And he's talking about fallen angel, Nephilim, Watcher technology, programmable matter, black goo, and golems with Nicholson 1968. This will be pinned in the comment section for your viewing pleasure or your listening pleasure, but you should listen to it. And then several months ago, I did a video after watching the YouTuber Brian Forrester, the guy that lives out in Peru. He's had hands-on, firsthand. Why is this stuck? Stand by. Okay. Goodbye. That's it. Wow, I throw a lot of people out, huh? My mods need to be a little heavier handed. You can be, because what's the difference? Honestly, they're not allowed in the chat. If you can't act right in the chat, then you're out. No big deal. Doesn't mean they still can't watch, but chances are, if they can't act right in a chat, they probably don't act right at all. So just bounce them. At any rate, let me digress. Exactly. Brian Forrester, YouTuber who lives in Peru, who's got lots of hands-on, firsthand knowledge of elongated skulls, etc., put a video up a while back, and I talked with him and said, I'm going to use this, and he said, have at it. Is this in the Tomb of Osiris? It was recently found in the Tomb of Osiris. Now, for all the new kids in the class, do you remember when we were growing up, Osiris was a myth, like Hercules or, I don't know, Zorro or whatever, but he wasn't real. Well, you know how things change. Well, things did change because they found his tomb. And Brian Forrester, who isn't a scientist or anything like that, he's a dude that does tours out there, hiddenincatours.com. He does tours of this area. He'll show you inside the pyramids. He'll show you inside Osiris's tomb. But when he was in there, and I'm watching his video back when it was new, I noticed this. Do you notice that? Do you see that black goo right there? Because that's exactly what it was. And that's exactly what he claimed it was. He wasn't claiming it was black goo like I am. He just said, yeah, it's the top of the sarcophagus is blown off and there's black goo on the sides. And I'm like, yeah, I've read about this in mythology. There was literally black goo found inside the tomb of Osiris, who was not in his tomb, and his enormous, I don't know how many tons the cover to his sarcophagus was, but it was blown right off of the tomb. That's something you would need a big piece of heavy equipment to do. Do you know what I'm saying? At any rate, I put this up back in March. You should probably watch it because all roads lead back to these guys because it's a pretty good video. It's like 18 minutes long. There it is right there. Black goo all over the side of the lid that is not on, and whoever was in the tomb is gone. Now, that led me to some kind of wild speculation that whatever was in there escaped, maybe through some magic of science, and is loosed. And on its way out, it left black goo, and it left evidence of that. So I don't think that theory is way too far off, but there is that. But it makes me worry that all the science headlines are about nano robots that can self-replicate, self-repair, move, think, and build. Some of them are metal, some of them are organic, and some of them are, what is the word? Chimeras. Half frog, half whatever. Chimeras. It's amazing that we are literally living in this time right now that this is just coming out and coming out and coming out and coming out every single which way. I've heard that story a lot, but I can't get to the Falklands and you can't really find anybody that can give you any accurate information, but I would not be surprised because apparently there was black goo in Osiris's tomb. I just showed it to you. This guy, Brian Forrester, isn't a conspiratorial minded person. He still gives credence to the fact that the elongated skulls that he found all over the place, like just finds them all over the place, it could still be cradle headboarding, even though everything about the skull is 100% non-human. He still leans towards, I don't know, not getting demonetized or censored or whatever. I don't know. So it's tough to tell, but it worries me that in one day I see all these different stories from all these different outlets, and it's all leading to the same exact thing. Yeah, I don't watch television, I don't watch movies, but people tell me about this all the time. Apparently in superhero movies, showing things like interdimensional portals is no big deal. Showing things like tokamaks like Ida, no big deal. And showing things like Chimera is no big deal. But I mean, I never thought we would be where we're at right now. We're talking about things like Drag Queen Story Hour. Drag Queen Story Hour has made its way all over the United States and now into Australia. I've got subscribers in Australia that have told me that it's there. It's there. It's unbelievable. They use the movies to introduce things to people, and they use the movies to show you things that we're telling them. They know what we're talking about, so they debunk us without debunking us in movies. So when you try to tell somebody, they're spraying the sky so they can control the weather. And the first thing that people say is like, oh, like in that movie? No, like in the sky above you. But putting it in a movie completely disarms them and it works out perfectly. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Black goo. Black goo, black goo, black goo. I wouldn't piss off. I hear you, but that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Here's the deal. These guys are all condemned to hell. They know the end of the Bible, just like most people know the end of the Bible. They know they're not going to win, but they're still going to try. But the one thing they are going to try to do is take as many of us with them as they possibly can. That is the end game. That's the game right there. That's all of it. That's the whole big bucket of wax. You know what I'm saying? We're the reason that they were thrown out of heaven or they left their first estate. You know, they couldn't believe that we were given dominion over the animals. They couldn't believe we were given dominion over them. And because in the end times, we even judge them, correct? So they want to take as many of us with them as possible. And the best way to really piss off God is to not believe in him. And look around. Nobody believes in God. They'd much rather believe in something like this. Because here's another story from today. Take your time. Where is it? That ain't it. Here we go. Henshaw in China. China finally boots up colossal alien hunting radio telescope. And you know this is the one that they're going to use. They're going to say, yep, you see that? China built this enormous radio alien hunting telescope, and they found life. Unbelievable. Made in China. You know that's going to be the story. And you know that most of the masses are going to believe it. Because with aliens, this is where we got all the technology from the aliens. But there's no consequences. People are so afraid of the consequences with God that they would rather believe in anything else. I don't see it like that. I don't see it like that at all. Without a doubt. Absolutely without a doubt. At any rate, I haven't seen I don't watch movies, so I've seen the clip from Prometheus where he opens a little shot glass and drinks it, and then his DNA goes into the water. I'm hip. I am hip. I think I'm bumping into something that's freaking me out. At any rate, it was a long day. Yeah, they do. They do. But you know what? Who knows? Who knows if they've even got a right. Stand by. I'll come back to that. China's also building they're also building another one. They're claiming they're going to build another one right here next in New York State. The deal is CERN, the actual CERN, not just a Hadron Collider. The actual CERN is named after Cernunnos. It's built on the opening to the Apollyon's pit. Like that CERN, that's the problem. I think all the other ones are just distractions to keep your eyes off of it. But that's my opinion. At any rate, check this out. Watch this. If this stuff interests you, watch this. I'm not screen sharing because why would I be? You should definitely listen to this 2-hour podcast with Nicholson 1968 speaking. And you should definitely watch this video that I put up back in March about the black goo. I mean, this is really Osiris's tomb. This is really black goo. This really happened. And I'd love to hear what people have to say about it because you guys, any one of you might just pick up something that somebody else missed. I'm actually going to watch this video again because it's been a while. At any rate, I'm going to keep it short and sweet tonight, folks. Richie from Boston. You can like, you can share, you can subscribe, but Google doesn't care and neither does YouTube. So what difference does any of this make? I'm out.